Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a truly extraordinary Honda CR-V. It is absolutely lovely. It's a 2.2 EX manual, and one of the last of the shape 62 plate. The car's covered just 37,000 miles, has an absolutely full Honda history right up until the service we've done. And the service we did is less than 1,000 miles since Honda last did it, but that was, coming up to a year ago, so hence we just freshened it up. Didn't really need doing, in all honesty. The car is in absolutely stunning condition. It really is a beautiful thing. Go around the car as I always do, starting with the front. Lights and lenses, clear, intact, no cracks, no condensation, absolutely lovely. Bonnet of the car, I'm sure there must be a stone chip there somewhere, but I can't actually see one. Then coming down the near side of the car, absolutely like looking in a mirror. It's just got a natural luster to the paint. It's not been polished by us, it's just been washed off, and yet it absolutely gleams. Near side front alloy, absolutely perfect, and that's the one that would generally take all of the bashing, being closest to the curb. And the panels, just wonderfully clean. Near side rear alloy, again completely unmarked. Come around the back, bumper corners clean. Rear bumper likewise, and hatch, tailgate I should say. Come around to the driver's side, the off side of the car, and it's exactly the same. I mean, it is ridiculously clean. Offside rear alloy, again, beautiful condition. And remaining panels, again, just lovely. And the final alloy, again, completely unmarked. I'm sure if you get a microscope out, you'll find something I've missed, not intentionally, but that is probably the best example you'll ever see on this age of mileage. Let's come into the back of the car now. They have enormous boots, and the full complement of its original equipment is here, which is quite rare to see. So you've got the tonneau cover at the top, and obviously as you recline the seats, they can zip backwards and forwards. You get this middle shelf, which looks absolutely as new. I mean, video just doesn't do it justice. If you don't want those in place, by the way, they do hinge up to give you better access. If you notice down there, the shaping there, it means that if you pop those down, this down into the lower section, it's sort of hidden away to less ingress on the boot there. Coming inside, and the interior matches the exterior in terms of its condition. It is ludicrously clean. It's got this gorgeous interior. It's absolutely stunning on the car, and it looks as though it's hardly really been used. Coming to the front on the passenger side, again, beautifully clean. Passenger seat in the front there, again, looks as though it's had one or two people sitting on it in its life, because it looks pretty much straight out of the factory. Coming to the front, door card, again, absolutely unmarked. And driver's seat itself in absolutely lovely condition. The only way you get naturally is as your bum slides in and out, and that's exactly as it should look, but on the car half its age, in all honesty. Inside the car now, engine's running, as is always the case in our videos. The interior, again, it's just amazing. Dashboard, it looks absolutely as new. There you can see sat nav working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse, get that lovely clear parking camera. Coming down, all the switch gear, I mean, it is absolutely stunning. Heated seats, everything working exactly as they should. Come across the main binnacle here. We've got 37,786 miles, no warning lights on at all. But the video, in all honesty, does not do this car justice in any way, shape or form. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX diesel. This car is registered HY62KCC, and this car has a mileage of just 37,779 miles recorded. It is quite an exceptional vehicle. The reason we do these videos, by the way, and especially this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone is online looking at any of our cars, they actually get to see the advertised car in operation. And the reason we feel it's important is because we know, to our cost unfortunately, just how frustrating it can be to go and see a car which can look absolutely fine in photographs and description, but only to get there and find out there's an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car. So that's why we do it. So coming to the car, it's just fantastic. You know, the service history of the vehicle, all of it, which was done by Honda up to the service we've just done. So I think it's 10 services in total with such a low mileage been done on an annual basis. The car, and I hate saying this because it literally is such a used car cliche, but it literally drives like new. Engine starts instantly, of course, and settles to a completely smooth, even idle. There's no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on one of these vehicles. The engines are superb, absolutely superb. It is so smooth and quiet for a diesel. It really is. You know, even by the very latest standards, it shames many manufacturers in terms of just how silky and quiet the engine is. But also the way it performs, because it's got such a broad power band. So many diesels get into make you feel that they're quicker than they are. They sort of go and they pull, but then they die off really quickly once the turbo's done its work. This just keeps pulling around smoothly and quietly. It is a glorious, glorious engine. The engine then feeds through into clutch and gearbox. Clutch, as you'd expect with such a low mileage, absolutely perfect. Bite point, exactly where it's meant to be. And it's nice and smooth in operation. Gearbox, classic Honda gearbox, just brilliant. Gear levers mounted exactly where you wanted it. Shaping, the selection of the gears is satisfying, short and throw, precise mechanical feeling. It's just perfect, absolutely perfect, and that feels exactly as it would have done when it was new. It just shows no wear at all. Steering on the car, again, it just continues because it's just such a lovely fluid power steering system, which is ironic given it's electric power steering. But that's the feel you get. It's really nicely weighted. Too many cars of this type, or certainly manufacturers, seem to go for this kind of overlight power steering, which can be just devoid of any sense that the car's you're doing anything with the car. You can be vague on turning. This isn't. It's very precise, very accurate for this type of car, but the weighting makes the car feel so solid and secure on the road. It's a beautifully set up. But Honda know this market so well. I mean, the CR-V has been for donkey's years the best-selling SUV in the world, so they clearly know what the vast majority of customers want. And the same goes for the chassis, because it gives you this beautifully damped and very, very comfortable ride. And yet when you go to the corners, it doesn't keel over and lurch excessively. Again, you get some cars that can feel very pillowy, comfortable, but you go to the corners and start to lollop around. And this corner's a classic one. It's slightly off camber, a bit bumpy. Turn in, just no fuss. It just deals with it, Very car-like in the way it feels, and there's absolutely no noises coming from underneath the car, no kind of rattles, clonks, nothing at all. Brakes on the car, just get around the corner so I'm not doing it on a bend. Give a good shove, but really nice brake pedal on the car, nice and powerful. There's no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal at all, so all in very, very fine order indeed. Coming inside the car, we've not yet cleaned the car. It's not going to need an awful lot. It's very, very clean in here. But the first thing you're immediately aware of, you're in something very, very well built. No squeaks, no rattles, absolutely solid as a rock. And with this lovely interior, it really is. I know it's not to everybody's taste, but personally, and this is a classic example of why, it's roastingly hot today, although it's cloudy. It's 27 degrees outside. It's one of those close, muggy days. But black interiors are very nice, but they really do generate some heat inside on summer's days. and they can be icy cold in winter. This just, not only does it add a brightness to the interior, so on gloomy days you don't feel sort of oppressively, sort of depressing when you get into them. It also has that, the advantage of not getting, so say, ridiculously hot or ridiculously cold. It's it's a very, very nice interior. Also in fantastic condition, absolutely fantastic condition in here. Dashboard, by modern standards, it's almost basic, although very highly equipped for its age, and everything working exactly as it should. Electric blind works perfectly, sat nav works perfectly, climate controls blowing out absolutely ice cold air, heated seats work. I did try them even though it's hot outside. Then you got this beautifully presented dashboard binnacle. It's what I think all manufacturers should do. It's just simple, easy, legible. You just look at the dash, you take in the information. Really nice detailing on it. It's really nicely done. In fact, I prefer it to the next generation CRV's dash, or the binnacle certainly. Steering wheel, nice leather bound one, feels exactly just like new to hold. It really does. This is a four-wheel drive version of the CRV. You don't do anything, it does it all for you. Again, Honda worked out really quickly that the vast majority of people will be doing as I am today, just driving where you don't need four-wheel drive on. So basically, if the front wheels start to lose grip, it instantly brings in the rear wheel drive automatically to give you four-wheel drive. It's seamless in operation. It's incredibly tough and durable. We just don't touch them. And because it's not on permanently, you're going to save fuel. You're not going to get to your tyres as quickly, and it puts far less mechanical stress through the vehicle. As I said at the start of the video, they're only brief, but they're just to show the car in operation feedback, honestly, what I'm feeling. And as I said, it's a bit of a one-off, this car. The mileage, the condition, the service history, whoever buys it next, it will be taking on a mighty fine car indeed. This is a lovely, lovely car to drive. They always were, but as an example of one, it is superb.